KP. KP in the news.
That's right. It's KP in the news, y'all. And it's Sunday, and what day is this? April 19th, 2020. Jump right in here and say, hey, happy Sunday to everybody out there. And, I got to send a prayer out for my cousin in Chicago that's suffering from the coronavirus. He just had a relapse and he ended up going back to the hospital. And please, anybody that's watching the show, just say a prayer for him. Dwayne, just say a prayer for him. And oh boy, it's a hard thing to deal with, but life is only so short, man. It's shorter than we think it is. And now this C virus is really running rampant in the United States and all over the world. And for the people that I've been seeing on TV here lately, talking about we need to go back to work. No, you don't. You need to stay your butt at home because this thing hasn't reached a plateau yet. You don't have a vaccine yet. You don't even have enough tests in the United States yet. Even though we don't have enough of everything we need, I just discovered a story about Putin saying, "Oh yeah, thanks to Donald Trump offering to send those respirators, to Russia." Now, if that's not treason, I don't know what is, because we got states like California, Illinois, New York, and Louisiana that need equipment, and he's talking about sending our equipment over to Russia. Go figure. What it is they got on him, I have no idea. But, this guy has just totally lost his damn mind. Anyway, on to the first story. We have a pregnant woman that died of the coronavirus, but her baby survived after an emergency C-section. And this actually happened in London. Mary Agayapong, a 28-year-old pregnant nurse from London, has sadly died of the coronavirus after giving birth. However, her baby was reportedly survived and has been doing very well, and after being delivered via an emergency C-section. Agayapong, who worked as a nurse at the Luton and Dunstable University Hospital for 5 years, was admitted to the hospital 2 days after she tested positive for the coronavirus. Her husband is currently in self-quarantine awaiting results of the coronavirus test. David Carter, Bedfordshire Hospitals, said Agayapong was a highly valued and loved member of our team, a fantastic nurse, and a great example of what we stand for in this trust. Our thoughts and deepest condolences are with Mary's family and friends at this sad time, he said. And so it said it couldn't have wished for a better mentor in my sign-off placement. You helped shape the nurse that I've become, and that was Catherine Clues that wrote that. And it's just really sad. This lady, she passed away she gave birth to her baby, and then the baby survived, and so far they said the baby's okay. And so it's really sad. But like right now, we got another story here, and it says a rise in anti-Muslim hate crimes as Islam is wrongly blamed for the coronavirus. There has been a rise in online Muslim hate crimes during the coronavirus pandemic, and many Muslims are fearful things could get worse in the run-up to Ramadan, the independent monitoring group has said. It comes as counter-terror police say they are working closely with police forces from across the country to investigate far-right groups who are exploiting the pandemic to gain support for their ideology, with conspiracy theories circulating online about mosques being open despite the lockdown, and claims Muslims will be breaking the lockdown during Ramadan. So, Iman Atta, the director of Tell Mama, which measures anti-Muslim hate crimes across the UK, told Newsweek that her organization had noticed a rise in online anti-Muslim hate incidents during the coronavirus pandemic. She said Muslims are being linked to the virus as though they are maliciously spreading it or doing it because they are not listening to the government and congregating in mass. This is patently false, and the rules by the far right and the anti-Muslim bigots to once again inflame tensions and hatred toward Muslims. Imam said the number of false narratives have been spread online about Muslims flouting lockdown rules, including the claim that Muslims were congregating outside mosques and thereby spreading the coronavirus. A number of posts on Twitter claim mosques are still open during the lockdown or have circulated old videos of Muslims praying to show they are break the lockdown rules. Mosques are likely to remain closed, and they are closed, and they're not open right now. So these people are lying. Other narratives included blaming Muslims ahead of Ramadan for arranging family meetups, which could help spread the virus. There is a constant promotion of Muslims being virus spreaders and thereby a threat within. The video shown has been used to say those attending prayer were breaching social distancing guidelines, but Newsweek had found that the same video posted as early as March 3rd, well before social distancing guidelines were in place. Ahead of Ramadan, Imam expressed fears that further claims about Muslims would continue to spread. He said, "We are concerned that these narratives will be used to catch those who are unaware that they are false stories and turn anger toward Muslims. All of us are scared and worried at this time, and this emotion can be turned into anger pretty quickly if people believe that others are not listening and doing things that can supposedly spread the virus. The sad reality is that many people do not fact check such stories if they see them online. With Ramadan approaching on April 21st, further misinformation is expected by authorities. A spokesperson for counterterror said terrorists and radicalizers will always look for opportunities to exploit the support of their ideology, and coronavirus is no exception. We have seen reports of fake videos and information being shared by right-wing extremists, which can instill fear and hate amongst our communities. We investigate material that breaches terrorism laws and, where possible, seek the removal of the content by working with the relevant internet hosting companies. Policing continues to urge the public to act as counterterrorism citizens. If you see or hear something suspicious, trust your instincts and act. For information, and your actions could save lives. You just report it. If you see anything bad that you think is hate filled and online or whatever, you can report that. So, Secretary General, and and all these people out there, they're doing what they got to do, and they're trying to help. And this stuff is going all over the world. They're having problems like that in India. They're having the same problems in the United Nations and other places all through Europe. They're having the same problems. Deliberately, and they have all these hate groups out there deliberately spreading false information in order to undermine our respect and tolerance for each other is disgraceful and goes against everything that we stand for. And that was a Muslim spokesman stating that. And the spokesperson for Twitter said, "We are committed to protect and serve the public conversation as we navigate this unprecedented global public healthcare crisis. We do not tolerate the abuse or harassment of people on the basis of religion, race, or sex." So that means they need to Twitter. You need to kick Trump off Twitter. That's what you really need to do, because he's the one that's spreading all that kind of hate, and he's been doing it for a long time. Why does he still have an account? I can't figure that out. Why does Trump still have an account on Twitter? after all the hate and garbage that he's been spreading. And here's my feel-good story real quick. And it was a teen graduating with a 4.7 GPA, makes history as the first African-American valedictorian at his high school. And this particular person graduated, Rawlin Tate graduated from Woodland High School, and with a 4.7 grade average, 4.7. You can't, I mean, it's like, yeah, you up there. You are up there. This guy's super, 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 super smart. And it's like he got a $1.2 million scholarship. His education is paid in full. And I got to congratulate him. Rawlin Tate graduated from high school, 4.7 GPA. And the impressive senior is the first black male to hold the highest academic title at his school. And I'm like, okay, I'm celebrating that.
KP